Okay, we're going to look at doing the number 12, and basically you're just finding the unit rate. So I'm gonna rewrite the problems up and down. So here's what we have. We have 3 dozen apples, and that's for $4.50. Or I can write that it's going to cost me $4.50 for 3 dozen apples. And I can find the unit rate either way. And so I'm going to do it both ways so you can see how that works out. So if I start here, then I'm saying, so what is it? How many apples can I get for $1? Okay, so I'm dividing by 4.5. And so I would put in my calculator 3 divided by 4.5, and I would find out that I could get 0.67 dozen apples. Okay, so this would be divided by 4.5, divided by 4.5. This side is much nicer. Okay, so I want to go down. How much is 1 dozen apples going to be? Okay, so that is going to be, in this case, I'm dividing by 3. And if I divide the top by 3, I think I just moved everything. I have no idea how. Okay, if I divide the top by 3, I would get $1.50. So each dozen is going to cost me $1.50. So depending on the unit rate I want, do I want to know how many apples I can get for $1? Or do I want to know how much is it going to cost me for 1 dozen apples? Both of them are unit rates. Okay, notice that to find a dozen per dollar, I divided the dozens by the dollar. To find money per dozen, I divided the money by the dozen. Okay, so that's, the order you divide by is exactly what your unit rate would be. So this would be $1.50 per dozen apples. Okay, so that is, notice, money per dozen. Okay, so the next one is 30 bottles for $4.80. So I'm going to do 30 bottles of water for $4.80. Okay, now I'm going to get the unit rate I want for how many bottles can I get for $1. I'm going to divide by 4.8. So I also have to divide the top by 4.8. So if I take 30 and I divide it by 4.8, I'm going to get 6.25 bottles. Okay, and that is going to be hard to buy. So I know I can buy 6 bottles. I could buy a little bit more, but I'm not going to get 3/4 of a bottle, or 1/4 of a bottle. So that's just going to be $1. The nicer one is over here, where I can say, or the easiest to think in your brain, $4.80 for 30 bottles. Okay, and so I see that sign, but you know what? I don't need 30 bottles. I just want 1 bottle. So to get 1 bottle, I'm going to divide by 30. And if I divide the bottom by 30, I have to divide the top by 30. Okay, and I'm going to get, that means I would divide $4.80. Okay, and I would divide it by 30, and I would get 16 cents a bottle. 16 cents a bottle. Okay, so that's, and if I could go back and check and say, let's see, is 16 times 30 480? Yes, it is. Okay, so if I was going to write that as a unit rate, straight, in like I did above, then I would say it's going to cost me 16 cents per one bottle. Okay, so one bottle. Okay, the last one was mozzarella cheese, which is awesome on pizza. Okay, so it's 24 ounces of cheese for let's back up, 288. Okay, and I want to get to $1. So to get to $1, I have to divide by, excuse me, 288. So in my calculator, I would put 24 divided by 2.88. And these are definitely messy. They're definitely messy. So this would be 8.3 ounces of mozzarella I could get for $1. Well, maybe I want the other. I want to find out how much money it's going to cost for 1 ounce of mozzarella. What is the unit rate per ounce? So I'm going to do the money over the ounces, because the bottom one is the one we want to get to 1. So what is 1 ounce? So I would be dividing this by 24, because I'm going from 24 to 1, and 24 divided by 24 is 1. Okay, so if I divide the bottom by 24, I would have to divide the top by 24. So I'm going to put 288 divided by 24, and I'm going to get 12 cents. And so then my unit rate on this side is 12 cents per 1 ounce. Okay, and so I wanted to show you both ways. I'm thinking that most of you did this column, okay, but I did want you to see that you can do it 2 ways. Okay, good job.